Good afternoon. How are we? Just checking that I am live because I haven't got Hayden here today. Okay. Yeah, right, we'll turn that off. Okay, that's fine. So we can leave Facebook. Yeah. How are we? Happy Thursday. Hope you're well. It's miserable outside today. I think we've lost the summer. They have said tomorrow. No, it was today that was supposed to be hot. I don't think that's happening. Right. Lots happening. Yesterday was an exciting day. The new mini catalogue has gone live. I was just looking where mine is. Yeah. This is now live. You can order products from here. If you don't have a demonstrator and you don't have a copy and you'd like one, do get in touch and I can pop one in the post for you. And also the scrapbooking brochure. This is now live as well. This is a downloadable brochure. We haven't got any printed. It's online. You can download it and print it if you want, or just look at it online. But that is all live now. I did my order because we didn't get a pre-order on that. So I did my order just after 11 o'clock on Tuesday night. Because the way the time differences work with the different countries, things actually go live here normally 11 o'clock the night before. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pop on and see before I went to bed. And yeah, it was live. So that's ordered. With a few little other things that I wanted. And I've actually had confirmation so that it's shipped. It's on its way. And it's supposed to be here tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, but maybe. I mean, if they got it out yesterday, but I've only just received the email today, quite possibly. But if that's right, then it's here tomorrow. That's amazing, and well done, Stampin' Up. But we'll see. I mean, even if it ends up that it's Monday, that's still quick because nothing really happens over the weekend. So yeah, looking forward to receiving that, and I'll be sharing with you. So it might mean next week my live's a little different. I have scheduled it in already with what we're playing with what I'm using next week, which I can't think off the top of my head what it is. Grab my diary and have a look. I have everything planned out in here. My life's in here. Oh yeah, it's the Dear Santa sunset next week. So, but I may switch my live to Halloween and have a play with the new stuff. But we'll see, because yeah, I've ordered Halloween. Do pop on and say hi if you're here. I do like to see your comments. I will add my newsletter information across the bottom if you want inspiration and all the latest goings on, offerings and stuff. Do subscribe to my newsletter. You do receive a free 5 super layouts for that, you know, just as my little thank you. It's only monthly. I only send one a month. I'm not going to bombard you, but you can unsubscribe at any time that you feel. So yeah, and you can get that at lisasloft.co.uk/newsletter and sign up over there. Right, crafting today. This week it's the thoughtful journey. suite that we're using. So I'm just going to swap cameras so we can see. There we go. And we shall get rid of that, and I shall make it so I can see comments. There we go. Right, thoughtful journey. It's from the annual catalogue, but I really like this suite. It's suitable for so much. You can swap out the sentiments, as I believe I've done maybe on cards that I've been sharing with you. And this is hello, Michelle. How are you? You enjoying a bit of peace and quiet to yourself for a change? So that's my sister, and she's got family visiting, and her house is very full, to say the least. Especially when she's used to it being so quiet. She lives on her own. But yeah, it's a thoughtful journey suite, and this is really pretty. Lots of beautiful die cuts, foliage and flowers, and then we've got the stamp set with the images and a selection of sentiments in 2 different fonts. So we have Dearest Friend, Thinking of You Fondly, Thanks, Missing You, I Appreciate You, and You Make Life Better. That's all around like being thoughtful and thankful, but you could use it for anything. It doesn't have to be that, you know, change the sentiment. It's not an issue. I've actually done a mini album using this suite, and there is a video on that. You can check that out, and I have a blog post on that over on my blog. So yeah, we've got some beautiful iridescent gems and the speciality paper, which is gorgeous. It's got like a foil into it, and then the 6x6 papers. Charles says, I'm good. There's no such thing as peace and quiet just now. I'm cooking roast for everyone, 9 of you. Oh my gosh. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, back to me. Feeling a lot better, thank you. Right, that is such a nice cup of tea. I don't want to lick a cold. Okay, so here we have all the products of what I have left. Oh, and there's also, that's not included in the suite, but you can purchase extra, the Memories and More cards as well, for memory keeping, scrapbooking, or just using in your cards. So it's really quick and easy to make some cards with those. You know, they're really beautiful. In fact, I forgot there was those. We might have used one of those. We shall see. Right, let's just pop that over there. I've got stuff everywhere. Glad to hear it. Yeah. I'm not the most organised. I've been on a call I got up late. I had me a shower, which is why the hair's like this. And had a call, a training call, Q&A. And I left there at 20 minutes to spare. And of course the dog wanted stuff, and then the cat wanted stuff, and yeah, but never mind, we're here and it's all good. Right, so for our first card, we're going to stick with our theme of using the layouts from the catalogue on page 22 of the annual catalogue. If you haven't seen these or you've missed them, do go check them out. Down here there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22 card layouts for you to try, or just get your inspiration from. So we've been using those. So for our first one, we're going to use this layout. Really simple layout, but I'm going to step it up a little bit because, yeah, you can make a beautiful card just with your card. You could cut some paper and then a plain piece or another piece of paper, and some ribbon. Job done. But we're going to make it that little bit extra. You don't have to use the measurements that we've gone has. There's no measurements on the ones in the catalogue. But my upline, Queen Pip cards, she recreated those for us so we could have them printed out. And she put measurements on them. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Right, so I think we're going to have some paper in the background. And I think I'm going to go with the foiled paper. Now, this is gorgeous paper. Now, as you can see, it's tonal. But it is really beautiful. And that's my favourite, with the pink and the purple with a hint of teal. But I think we'll use this because it's near enough the right size. It is nice, isn't it, Shell? It's really pretty. And it's just a real subtle pattern to it. So I'm going to cut that down to a standard first layer, which is 10 centimetres. We'll save that scrap because we could use it on the inside of the cards, by 14.4. Now I have got my camera set a little bit different this time. So if I go out of shot, I do apologise. Just let me know. My dog is around my feet. She wants me to play. So we've got that. And then we're going to find a piece of the pattern paper. There we go. Evangeline, I can't play now. Take your bird and your ball. Okay. So let's find a piece of pattern paper. Now, I always firstly go to my offcuts. And that would go on there. Yeah, always go to my offcuts first and see if I've got a little piece that would coordinate rather than cutting up a whole. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? That is so my favourite. Gorgeous. Right, so let's have a look. Let's just move everything over a bit so you can see. Move that out the way. And I'm just going to look and see what we could use, if there's anything. Oh, that's gorgeous. Might be that one. Oh no, that one. That's it. Mine's made up. So we're going to go with this. And we're going to cut it a 6.5, and I want actually it from the bottom. So I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to cut at 6.5. And then we're going to trim it down to 10. These are the measurements that Pip has done for us. I'm going to chop a bit off the bottom of that. Chop 1.5 centimetres off, just so that I can get a bit more of that sky in. Yeah, because otherwise it would have chopped it and I wouldn't have had a lot of that in, and I think that will tie in nicely there. But I want to map that, so we're going to go a green, I think, to map that onto. So for a card base, let's try Old Olive. We've got, oh sorry, didn't mean to knock you there. We've got the old olive, and then that would be on old olive. I think that's a little bit too bright for what I want. So then we're going to Mossy Meadow. Let's have a look. Oh, let's try Garden Green. See what that's like. This one I've already prepared. Oh, Mossy Meadow. It's going to be one of those, isn't it, when I'm very indecisive. Let's just like that. And when I initially fold, I put my edges up against there so that I get a nice level edge. There we go. My chair has gone down and I feel like I'm sitting on the floor. Hayden said to me the other day, "Mum, this chair's going down." I'm like, oh no. I've not long had this one. And I brought it because my last one had gone. And to be fair, I didn't spend a lot of money on a chair, and maybe I should have. It's comfy, it's lovely, but yeah, it does keep going down. So let's just pop it back up. There we go. It doesn't happen all the time, it's only sometimes. I might end up getting Dell to trying to find a smaller piece, because those are more or less matte layer sizes, but I don't think I've got one. No, we will have to use one of those. Okay, not a problem. I'm just going to go that 1/2 centimetre wider. So we want 7 by 10.5. Pop a scrap up there. And that, I'll just mat that. Now, if you don't like such a big border, you could bring it down, but no, that's fine. Right, and then I'm going to measure, because I'm going to tab it. I'm not the best at tabbing, I'll be honest. So I want it in the middle. I'm going to use my ruler to measure and mark it. I'm going to do it on the back. Find my pencil. Okay, so it's 6.5, so I need it 3.25 thereabouts. It's at the top. Yeah, I'll do it at the bottom. 3.25, and then I'm going to measure up 1.5, so that I get it equal. Some people can do this by eye and find it really easy to do. I don't. I don't know if you can see that, but I've just marked that in the middle and up. So it's in the middle at 3.25 or thereabouts, and then 1.5 centimetres up. I'm going to do the same, excuse me, on this. Mark it in the middle, 3.5. Now, do I want to do 1.5 would be right? See, I'm questioning myself now. I'm going to do it at 1.5. I can always go up a bit. I think I might have to change that. But, like I say, we can do that. Now, you can use your trimmer for this, or I use my little guillotine. I find it easier. Unfortunately, we don't sell these anymore, but you can get similar. But the Stampin' trimmer is excellent for doing this on. There we go. And I'll show you on the trimmer. So I'm just lining up my middle point in my track. Bring it down a bit. Thing is, the arm takes you further over here. So I've got my point there. So I'm going to line that up in the middle of my track and my mark over there and line that up. And then when it's a small piece, I like to start in the middle of the paper or card so that it doesn't ruffle, because it can ruffle the edges when you cut into something. Should be all right from this side, but when it's close to an edge like that, but just to be safe, start with my blade in the middle and then go either way. All right, now I need to see if I have done this right or if I need to change. No, it's not perfect, but it's okay. I can sort that out. Yeah, that's a bit off, but I will trim that. That's not a problem. Right, just move you. You don't really want moving back up, do you? Too much. I'll leave you there. Right, so I'm going to glue that on there. I'm clever. I'm not clever at all. It's lucky fluke. That's what it is. I'm going to line it up with that point and that edge to get it straight, because it's not quite right. It doesn't quite line up. It's a bit wonky, but that's okay, because we can. You can use your trimmer, or like me, a mini guillotine. So I'll just pop that in. So I've got that level. That levels that one edge, and then we can do the same down here. If I was clever, I would have cut it correctly. And I'm just lining up the edge of the paper on my guard and then trimming. Just so that it's straight, because I had gone slightly. There we go. No, that one's too big because I've chopped all the others down. That's it. That's better. That'll do. Okay. So we've got those there, and then we've got our piece here. I'm going to glue that straight down. Now, with the foil paper and any foil, I will say be careful with your glue, because if you're using wet glue, it can ruckle your paper and show. So I am going to use tear and tape. If you've got a tape runner, stamp and seal, you can use that. But just because the nature of the paper, because it's got like a coating, it doesn't allow it to soak in, so it forms a barrier and it can then all pucker, which doesn't look very nice. Ask me how I know. Yes, I have done it. And it's just one of those things that you pick up. Sometimes you don't think about it, you just end up doing it and you're like, oh gosh. But I've remembered this time. Now I just turn my corners over because I don't want it all to stick and not be able to have a bit of time to line it up, which is why I use wet glue most times, so I've got that wiggle room. So I'm just going to line that up as best I can. using the two corners that I haven't taken the backing off, and then press my two corners down so that holds it into place, and then I can pull the rest of my tape off, and there we have it stuck down. Okay, so then we'll be having this piece on top. Now it's got some thread or ribbon on the layout, but I'm just going to add a bit more first. I want to add some of our stamped images and the die cuts. So, I've already got some in here. No, that's too heavy. So, I am going to try just looking what I've got. If we stamp this, I'm thinking if we stamp that in the background, but in a mossy meadow, so yeah, we'll try that, or an old olive maybe, and then we can add on top this die cut here. I've got them both. That we can build the one on top of this. So we've got the colour and flowers, and then we'll have the stem. So let's stamp this first onto a piece of basic white. We'll get our block and we will stamp this in. Then we'll go garden green. Yeah, we'll go garden green, so it's just a little bit bright. We'll just ink up our stamp, making sure we get good coverage. Just lightly dab, and then we're going to stamp it onto our cardstock. Wait a moment for it to soak in, and there we go. I've got a little hair on there, but it won't matter because we'll be die cutting. The perils of having cats. It wouldn't be a card by me if it hadn't got cat hair. And right on cue, hello Jay, how are you? Talking of cats and hairs being everywhere. Alright, so we're going to die cut this out. And I love my mini machine. Mini cut and emboss is fabulous. For on your desk, on the go, when you've got little things to cut. I have got the larger one as well for larger images, but I just find this makes it so easy. Just run that through. Okay. Oops. And there we have that. Pop that to one side. We'll get rid of all our little leftover bits. And then we're going to die cut these. So I want that in, we could, I think, we'll go Calypso Coral for that. Just find a piece of scrap that's big enough. There we go. And then I'm going to go Mossy Meadow for that one. Okay. And then we'll layer these up. So that it forms a nice coloured flower with the foliage on the stems. You can do it in one colour if that's what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have it all one colour. But I just thought it'd be nice to pick out the colours of the papers and the flowers. Right, and get rid of those. It's ever so strange with it so close. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? Yeah, thing with it being so close, you get more shadow. I have tried playing with the light and I've got an extra light, but I think I need to bring it down because it's quite high. But it's okay. Right, so we can just poke those out of there. Now, if I'd have been clever, I'd have added some adhesive sheet to the back of that so that when I glue it on top, it would be easier and less messy. But I'm not clever to think of that until after. That's normally how it goes. So I'm just going to bring in my silicone sheet so that I don't get glue everywhere. Okay, and then we're going to glue this on top of there like that. So we've got green stems to our flowers. And I'm going to use a fine tip glue pen, which I don't use as often as I should. I forget about it and I have quite a bit of it. I'm just going to put little dots on the buds and the leaves and then at the end of each stem and joint, just so that it'll hold it in place where I need it. Okay, now I'm going to grab my tweezers because this is tiny and I don't want to get glue all over me. Thank you, Jay. Jay shared it. It's much appreciated. Same here. Not my go-to adhesive, but have it. Yeah, it has its place, but I don't struggle much getting the Tombow to go into little places, so I tend not to grab this. Right, so now it's on top. I'm just going to maneuver it by pinching the card together so it's layered exactly where I want it, she says. Shall we say more or less where I want it? There we go. And then you get a pretty flower. Now we can add that. And my chair's gone down again. Never mind. So I would add that on top. I'm not sure about that stamped piece yet, but actually it doesn't look too bad on there. Just lightens it up a bit because I think without it, oh, I don't know. It's pretty, isn't it? Hi, Cheryl. I'm just a bit, no, I'm not sure on that. Don't like that. That can be saved for something else. We'll just have this one on there. And then I'm going to bring in some twine. What twine have we got? I'm going to use, see what we've got in here. Oh, I've got Calypso coral twine, I think. I think it is, isn't it? Bit much. I have got the green from the Natural Tones linen thread, or linen thread. What should we do? Green or linen thread? Make your choice. Either would look pretty. Linen, okay. Thank you, Jay. Do like linen thread. Goes with everything, and sometimes it can just tone something down. Right, so I'm going to glue that on again. I'll use the fine tip. Now I'm just going to glue down the stems because I want a bit of movement. Pick that up, and that will go like that. Just hold it in place while that glue grabs. It isn't sticky like the multi-purpose Tombow, so you do have to hold it. Right, so we'll wrap some linen thread around here. Just a couple of times and tie a knot. I don't worry about it being lined up or exactly where I want it. I just get it so that, wrong scissors, it's on there and it's cut to more or less the right length. There we go. So then we can move this where we want it. So then we can add some dimensionals, and I'm just finishing a pack. So, but I am going to use all my edges because we don't want to waste. Just pop some dimensionals on. And in the middle. I am putting quite a few, especially with having that linen there. It needs a bit top and bottom of that. Right, I'll take those off. Now, Jay and Barry from Two Sue Crafts have a fantastic little tip for your dimensionals, to draw lines across them while they're still on here. So then you know which one you'll have lines on, and you know which ones you've took the backs off. Whereas I sit there going like this, feeling whether they've got backs on or not. And it's not till I'm doing that I think, you know what, I should have used Jay's trick or Barry's trick or their trick. Right, so I'm going to pop that in the centre left to right and just up, and then we will add a bow, maybe. There we go. Just pull that to how long we want it and the size we want. There we go, and then I'll get the proper snips this time to cut it. That's it. And then we want a sentiment. And I think we're going to add, you know what, I've got, excuse me, the thanks already done on a circle. Oh, it's a bit big, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Would it look better underneath? I don't want to put too much layering on. Nope. I'm faffing now. No, don't like that. Okay, so we're going to use the I Appreciate You. And we are going to heat emboss. So we've got a little scrap here of the Mossy Meadow. And then we're going to use our embossing buddy just to take off any grease so that our embossing powder doesn't stick where we don't want it. Grab a block. There we go. And then I'm just going to stamp it inverse mark. And I'll bring that down. Stamp. I'm just going to do a couple, 2 or 3. Because they don't always go right. And then if they do, we've got spares. We will add our embossing powder all over. Just shake off the excess. Give it a flick. Now you can get a little brush if you need to take off anything, but we're good to go there. All right, I'll bring my heat tool, and I apologise for the noise. I'm just going to heat that, just holding it in one spot until it starts to shine. Powder melts and it shines, and then I'm just going to follow it along like that. There we go. They've all turned out, except for that one's got a bit extra on it. And then you can either use a trimmer or your scissors. If you've got large scissors, you may be able to do it that way. I struggle. Oh, actually, I have these, which are the Happy Little Things dies. And what this one's like a little tag. That may fit perfectly. Yeah, look at that. Fabulous. We'll use that. Saves me having to try and get things straight. I know some people have no issue. Just going to get a bit of repositional tape and just to hold that down. Get it in the centre. There we go. That'll do. I'll hold that there. Maybe I'll use another one. It hasn't done it very well. Considering this is repositional, it's very sticky, so I'm just going to get rid of some of that stickiness on my jumper. And I mean, I have used it. Why it's so sticky? There we go. Stick. I'm not sure. It's repositional onto something shiny, I think. Not particularly cardstock, because it does tend to rip it sometimes. I personally think you better with washi tape. There we go. We can just pop that on here. I'm just quite like that up there. It's not very often I put sentiment up the top. Yeah, we'll have that up there. I'm just going to put a mini dimensional on this far end because of it overlapping, and then I'll add some glue along here. Pick that up and we'll pop that on there like so. And then we just need some embellishments. And we've got the adhesive back trio pearls, which come with this suite. And those are in a similar colour. They are large, aren't they? And put them where they're hidden a little bit just so they poke out. Sometimes large is good. It doesn't show quite so much on there. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't look so bad. But these are quite a delicate paper. I don't want them to be overpowered. Okay, and that is our first card. If you could see the state of my desk, my gosh. There's me trying to be tidy. It doesn't happen, does it? Right, so for our second card, how are we doing for time? We've got 15 minutes. For our second card, I'm going to try something different. That's lovely. Thanks, Shao. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to try something different. Global Design Project, those of you that read it, have set a challenge to use Lemon Lime Twist, Gorgeous Grape, and the black. So I'm going to use those with this sweet. Thank you, Jay. That's very kind. And I've got an idea of what I want to do. Let's grab a piece of basic white, and I'm going to grab some grid paper. Actually, I should use my glass mat, but my desk's that full of stuff. I don't think I can get it on. Right, so I'm going to get a template that I've used before. Just pop that on so that I can get a circle. And then we're going to grab our Lemon Lime Twist. And I want a Lemon Lime Twist circle. So grab a blending brush. I've only got a little one because that's what has already got the colour on. I want some tape just to tape this down so it doesn't move too much. There we go. Some old bits of tape are good. All right, and then just going to start blending inside the circle. And the template's just a piece of card with a die cut circle. So nothing fancy at all. Now I could have just die cut a circle out in Lemon Lime Twist, but I think this just gives a bit of a nicer effect. Let's see. And I like how one side you can have, or one area you can have darker and another lighter. So we'll just do that. There we go, got one side darker than the other. Now what I want to do is, let's rip that, that's not a problem. Just blend it out a little bit. Got a mark on, a sticky mark. I'll get my glue eraser. So I'm just going to go round the circle very lightly. Because I don't want to lose that edge. But there we go. So you can still see the edge of the circle. And then we're going to use the Gorgeous Grape. I'll find a blending brush. I've got a bigger one for this. And then I'm going to blend all round my card with the Gorgeous Grape. And these colours are very Halloweeny, aren't they? And this stamp set is no way Halloweeny or this sweet, but by changing the colours that we use, we can make it have that feeling, I believe. I'll just blend in that, and I want it quite dark on the edges. This is where I would have been better with my glass mat, because all that ink on there is wasted. Whereas with my glass mat, as I blended, it would have picked it up. I'm just going along the edge to try and darken that edge. Same problem with blending, it takes longer than you think when you're trying to build up the colour. I mean, you don't have to take this long. You could do it quicker, but you could then add too much in one place, and it's not how you want it. Just gotta make sure I don't get a gorgeous grape over my green. Lemon lime twist. Right. Oh. That's looking okay. I don't normally do Halloween. Well, I don't. I love Halloween, and when Hayden was small, we used to do Halloween. Hayden's big on Halloween. He loves it. But I've never bothered decorating or anything for this year. We are. Earlier this year, I had a white tree, like one of them display trees, and that I used for my store when I did my craft store. And I thought, you know what, I ought to use that. So for Easter, I did. I decorated for Easter, and then I changed it for summer. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that for Halloween this year as well. So we've been buying bits. I've got my haunted house kit to make up to use, and that's going to go on there. I brought my Pumpkin King type thing that I shared with you the other week. That's behind me. I don't know if you can. Yeah, there he is, just there. And then yesterday, I've been looking for stuff to hang off it, just little, because it's not the biggest. They don't do a lot of hangy things for Halloween other than like a garland type, and I was thinking, well, I could get that and cut it up. That was quite an expensive way of doing it. Well, I went to Primani yesterday, and they'd got some little pumpkins in black, purple, and orange, I think they were. And they're only little glittery. I was like, they're perfect. So that's going on. All right, just add in a bit more to the bottom. I don't want it even. As you can see, some areas are darker than others, and that's fine. And some places it's gone further in, and that's fine too. And there we go, that's our background. And then I want to add some texture to that. So I'm going to bring in, I'll do Winter Stella first. So it adds a bit of sparkle, like it's a night sky. Just tap that over. You possibly won't be able to see this on camera. I will try and share. No, it's not picking that up. But there is a bit of sparkle on there. Very fine. And then I want some water. And I'm just going to spray some water on it. There we go. 3 or 4 little sprays. And as that soaks in, you'll see that it lifts the ink somewhat, and just add some little splatters just to add a little bit of texture. So I am going to just give that a black, make it dry. Okay, and then I'm going to do some die cutting. Not a lot of stamping on this. And we're going to do, there's my dog and the door. We'll die cut some flowers, and typical, there's the door. Just bear with me. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Bye. Oh, what is it with postmen and coming when I'm doing this? I need a sign on my door. Thanks, Jay. Thank you. And he says he loves it. Right, so we're going to cut some and die cut these out in black. So we'll bring in our mini. And this isn't a very involved card. It's not going to take us that long, really. Quite a simple. Whether I'll use the little ones as well, I'm not sure. But I do want more than the one, I believe. Got a large piece, and then I'm just going to do 3 of the smaller. Just to see. And while I've got it out, we may as well cut them. And if I don't use them, I'll save them for another card. Okay, right, let's grab all these. Oh, excuse me, a bit of a runny nose. Right, so we've got 3 of these. Pop those out. How gorgeous are they? I love those. Bit of scrap. Poke this one out. Now we only have to do one because it's a black silhouette. Don't need to layer it. Oh, so it's quite stuck in there. There we go. And this is a very similar layout to our last card, but without the extra piece. We've got the circling instead. And then, you know, I don't think I want these. I think I just want that. But I like those. Now, right, and we've got some black twine. So I am going to add those there just as a little. Right, so we'll pop a large sprig down. Again, using the fine tip glue pen. It's just easy to add little blobs. I'll pick that up and pop that on here. I love that. Not colours I would use at all, but I'm not a lemon lime twist person or a purple person really. But I do love how that's turned out. Right, now get my silicone mat back because I'm going to be gluing off the edge. Our first one, I am going to add a bit more glue to these. So that they stick. That one full on. There we go. Hello, Louise. How are you? Still going? It's taken a bit longer than I thought. And we can overlap these. Like so. I'll add a bit more on that. You can tell I'm concentrating because I go quiet. Thank you. It's Global Design Projects colours. Their colour challenge this week. And that's their colours. Let me get my mucky tea towel. It's not one I use in my kitchen. It's my craft tea towel. I have two. I'll just push those down so I don't glue on my fingers and get it everywhere. And I don't want to spread it. And there we go. And then we will add. You're sat waiting for UPS. Oh, excellent. How exciting. I was saying earlier, I ordered Tuesday night at 11 o'clock. And I've had an email today to say it's being delivered tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Don't know if it will. Hopefully it'll come before I see you. And then we'll have some new bits to use. It is quick, isn't it, Jay? That's why I'm not holding my breath. It wouldn't surprise me if it's Monday. I mean, I would think Monday I'd be, you know, totally happy with that and not. But if it comes tomorrow, that's even better. It would be good, wouldn't it? You can have your plate then as well. Louise forgot to order something she needed, so I've added it on mine. Save her doing another one. Right, so I'm just going to trim these off. I've just got a standard basic black card base, 10.5 by 14.9, and then we're going to add this to it. Fingers crossed it arrives tomorrow. I know. We'll see. Well, I'm hoping that, like, you know, I thought I was away Tuesday night. I was going to go to bed, and when I looked, it was 11:15, and I thought, you know what, I might as well wait and see and do my order. So I did, and I was hoping that, like, well, hopefully it'd be towards the beginning of the queue being done and beat the mad rush of everybody on Wednesday morning. It may have paid off. Right, so we'll have some black twine and we'll do ourselves just a little bow. Every time I do a bow, my first attempt doesn't work. There we go. First attempt doesn't work. I always end up with one twisted. But never mind. That's okay. I can deal with that. Snip that. And just have... That's too big. I don't want it that big. Okay, we'll use a glue dot to stick that on with. What did I stick that last one? I would tied it round, hadn't I? I was just thinking, I didn't use a glue dot for that last bow. How on earth did I glue that? But I tied it round. Hell yeah, brain fog, it's a nightmare. I'm getting worse. I'll pop that on there. On that. Louise says, I ordered last Friday and arriving today, which was pretty happy with. Well, yeah. And you got the weekend in between. That's what I've got a dog now that's moaning. I'll be very surprised if it's here tomorrow. Very. Right. So I think we need a sentiment on there, and I may have a Halloween one. My tummy is rumbling. It's trick or treat, so maybe not. I may wait until I get my order before I put a sentiment on there for Halloween. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Halloween. They're too long. I don't think any of the sentiments from this particularly go. I could go a dearest friend. Have I got... I might have in here. This is just my box of sentiments that I've got done. So it definitely wants something in black. That's a bit small. Oh, what we got here? These are retired. I think we'll have a woohoo. You know, just to be... Oh. Can a ghost go woohoo instead of boo? I like the congratulations, but I just think that's kind of funny. Lewis, my brain fog means I forget something I put under the grill. House was full of smoke. Oh no. Yeah, I'll say things. Hi Hayden. Hayden's just appeared. I say things and then I forget that I've said them or I'm doing something, and yeah, I think we'll have congratulations. I mean, you can pop any sentiment on it, can't you, really? I know it's a retired one, but I'm conscious of the time. And why not use what we've got? Don't want to waste them. My tummy is rumbling. That'll do. And then a glue dot on top of there. So we'll take the back off here. Yeah, I have to just trust them now that when they say I've said something or what have you, that yeah, I probably have. Because I can't remember anything. I blame time of life, tablets, and everything else. My brain's worn out. Alright, I'll pop that, but you can't see. Pop that on there. Like that. Do we want some rhinestones on it for a little bit of sparkly stars? I've got no middle-sized ones. I've only got the large and small. Just tuck a large under there. I've said before, I never used to use the large ones because I found them too big. But Emma, Coastal Crafter, she tucks them under things, and I was like, that's perfect. It just has a bit peeping out, and they don't look quite so overpowering then. And there we have it. Our second card. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. Right, it's like a bit of a clearing in my mess. So that's today's 2 cards. And we've used the Thoughtful Journey suite, and we used the sketch from the annual catalogue. Thank you, Jay. Thanks very much. Yeah, pleased with those. All right, so I'll just change cameras and bring you back. And don't forget, if you wouldn't mind signing up for my newsletter, that'd be much appreciated. But yeah, thanks for joining me. If my order comes tomorrow, I may jump on and do a little live tomorrow, just a quick unboxing, something. But if not, it'll be Monday, I would say. But yeah, have a fabulous weekend. Do share any projects that you make, and I shall see you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye.